Okay, lady with the brown hair is coming back, y'all. We just did like an entire how many minutes?
Wait, are we for real live now? Are you sure we're for real live now?
I promise we're live.
Are you sure?
Okay, y'all, okay. It's been a minute since I've been in here. Clearly. Because we just had a whole conversation backstage. And I was like, I wonder, I'm looking at my phone going,
I never got a notification that you went live. I was like, maybe it's been a while.
Yeah, I checked my comments on my phone because there's a lag. And hello, just me and Black. I'm so sorry. Y'all were just sitting here chatting up a storm. We were chatting up a storm, except for y'all.
We said, oh, by the way, Patricia, Mod One, we said hi to you guys. We were talking about Mama June. We were like, hey. And we were like, hey, Corn's mom. And then we started talking about how, like, Mama June and Patricia, we were responding back to you, agreeing with you and everything. And it was the funniest thing because I looked down on my phone because my iPad was getting ready.
The comments on the screen, Raquel. That's what's so sad.
It was just hilarious. And I was like, hey, Susie, you didn't go live. And that's why there wasn't a notification. Because you
look at just me.
I swear I hit the live button. I was like, it's been a while. Poor Susie.
Yes, me. I would love to blame it on drinking, but I promise you that is not the case. Oh, thank you, Corn's mom. Thank you.
Hello.
Oh my God, it's been too long. This has been too long.
Oh my God. It's so funny. She was just
I would like to blame it on booze. I really would, but honestly, y'all, I hardly ever drink ever anymore. It's really odd. Like I'm probably the most stressed some days that I've ever been. But yeah, I don't cope with by drinking. That doesn't help matters. Y'all know that. Come on.
No, it doesn't.
I missed y'all too. Oh my gosh, I really did miss y'all so much.
I know.
And this is like a whole new setup for me. It's very different. Wow, this is itchy, by the way.
You don't like your sweater? You got an itchy sweater?
Well, it's not itchy except for right around the neck, which is like the worst area ever.
Oh yeah, well that's the worst itchiness area.
That's the worst. So we had a whole conversation.
We had a whole conversation.
Y'all did not get to hear.
At least the good thing is that we didn't have a whole conversation about 1,000-pound sisters. We were talking about all kinds of other stuff. But now
my phone just kept going black. I'm like, what's happening? It never does that.
Never did you think that I was like, yeah, Sue, we're not live. We've just been chatting up. We're not live. Okay, we're a little rusty. Right.
So now I'm going to, just a tad, I'm going to ask y'all in the chat, can you hear me okay? I can't change my name. Oh, who are you, Just Me? I don't know who Just Me is. Do you?
Just Me does not want to, it's just me. Just Me does not want to reveal themselves, I guess.
Well, they said they can't change their name. I don't know if they tried or what happened.
Like, I can't change my name.
Oh, loud and clear. Okay.
You are now forever Just Me.
Because I have a nice new little microphone. And
it's me. I love that. Look, it's me.
It's me.
Well, I can't change my name. Loud and clear. It's me. Okay. Lori. That's what I was just going to say. I had a feeling when she said it's me, I was like, I bet you it's Lori.
No. Actually, you know what, Lori? It will not let you change your name until every week or every 30 days or something?
Yeah, you got to wait now because you can't do what people were doing back on the old days where they would jump from chat to chat and change their name from chat to chat. So now you're stuck with it. You got to be careful what you put as your name.
So you're Just Me. We'll remember who Just Me is now.
Or you can be like some other people in the community and just have 150 stock accounts. So
150 Gmails. Cynthia and Mary did the same thing the other night while they was crafting, and by the time they went live, they were almost done. See, it's not just me. It is not just. Oh my. Y'all know what happened though? It's weird. I mean, I'm on y'all know I got a new laptop. I rarely use it. only used it a couple of times. So, and once for a live, but I hit the like introduction thing and then I hit go live. But I just figured it out, Raquel, what I forgot. When it says go live up at the top, there's a little button underneath that says go live, and you have to hit that one too.
So you actually had to hit the go live button for us to
go it twice.
You got to do two go lives.
My P-brain does not remember that.
StreamYard just wants to make sure that you're sure you want to go live. Just in case
so for anybody that says, oops, I accidentally went live, they're lying.
Yeah, there's not when you gotta hit two buttons to accidentally go live. No.
You didn't accidentally go live. What did you say? I was stuck with corny mom for a week. I love that. So I want to say this. I go into lives. I don't get to go into them very often. I've jumped in a few here and there, and I'll say hello. And I just want to say, because some people might catch this either if they're in here now or later, but everybody always greets me with the sweetest, kindest words, and y'all are always so happy to see me. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I know I don't get to go in much, but when I do, I mean, there's Heidi, and Heidi's like, oh my God, it's Susie. And then Savage, she was excited. So, and everybody always asks about my mom. So I want to say I appreciate that. She is doing well. I mean, she's doing as good as she can be. I will say this much. That woman, she's tough, y'all.
She is.
She is tough. I wouldn't want to mess with her, because let me tell you something. She's a fighter.
Yeah.
Good lady. She's doing good. We're gonna have Christmas, and it's gonna be the first Christmas I spent with my mom since 1998.
Oh my God, that long? Wow.
Yes. Every Christmas
I'm so glad
because I can never really get back here. I think there was one, like a couple of times that we got back here around Christmas or something like that. But I never was here for like Christmas morning since I moved to Arizona. So this is going to be new for me. So I bought her this little fold up table. She loves cards. So you know what we're going to do on Christmas Day? We're going to eat some stuff.
Yeah.
Drink some stuff. Oh, wait, that might be me. Cheers.
Play some cards.
We're going to play some cards.
Oh my God.
And there might be a little cussing going on, but I don't care.
Okay. And then what you won't do is go live by accident.
I will make sure to have my laptop in there and be like, oops.
I need to go live.
I've done twice. I don't know how I did it, but dang.
I don't know how I did that, but I went live twice.
Yeah, I want to say thank you all, because I get a lot of you that reach out to me either through messengers or, through text or however, and you're asking about my mom and saying prayers and wait a minute.
Well, I mean, and that, it's something, because if you remember,
it means the world.
That's what the community used to be like. So it's nice that there's people that are out there.
Amazing. People used to support each other and be good to each other. I mean, you had your little like drama occasionally and whatnot, but you know what? And we should do a game night while I'm thinking about it. Lady with the brown hair. But
and the lady with the brown hair.
The bigger the views come from, people who are doing all the hate streams and the drama, and I can tell you from experience of living the way I have for the last like 8 months, it's not worth it, man.
It's not.
When you leave this world, you're gonna look back and go, why did I piss away all my time acting like a fool? It's just not worth it.
It's not worth it. Yeah. I don't even think that I've hopped in a live to say hi to even anyone in 4 or 5 months. I mean, I do have to, I will admit, I was for a while there very much invested in the MobTube because, being Italian, those are my people.
I couldn't get into MobTube ever.
Well, but I'll be honest with you. Like MobTube for me was watching somebody else's shit. I Right.
When it comes to drama, I will watch it.
Right.
I watch it. So, I mean, you can call me a hypocrite a little bit when I say I don't really want to be involved in it, but I will watch it. I do watch
it. So for me, watching people that at one point I loved and they were engaging and it was such a great community and everybody was one. And, you got to think way back when you look like 2.5 years ago, really the fight was you were either Team Savage or Team GB, Bailey. That's what it was. That was the original fight. And it was
that's true.
That's all it was. And you picked a side, but yet still we could all coexist in the chats together. Right? Exactly. There was no
you didn't have people fighting with each other in the chat.
It wasn't right. And
God certainly did not have the creator.
Right.
Griping because people were coming in and speaking up in their chat. Like, that is the rudest thing I've ever seen in my life. And everybody is welcome in my chat. You're welcome to speak. You're welcome to say whatever you want. As long as you're not rude to people in here and you're saying hello. If you don't like somebody here, cool, block them. That's the way to deal with it. If you don't want to see their whatever, which I don't understand because you're not seeing their face most of the time anyway. But exactly, Corn's mom.
I got it was so upsetting watching the people.
Wait, I'm sorry. Look at what her hashtag says. Right. Mute before you poot.
Mute before you poot. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Mute before you poot.
So, I will be sure. Hold on.
Oh my God.
Okay, I have a mute button. Just in case.
Oh my God, mute before you poop. That is hilarious.
I didn't mean to.
I'm going to guess that somebody obviously decided to go to the bathroom at the same time they were live. For that.
Wait, who did that?
I don't know. I'm going to say mute before you poop. I'm going to assume that that's probably because somebody was pooping while they were on here.
Did it say poop or poot? I thought it said
poop.
I think it's hard to tell because the little
mute before you poop.
Is it poop?
It's got to be poop.
Patricia, do you still have the pooter chair? Actually, my pooter chair is in Arizona. I am in Houston, and
Laurie, you're always lost. Laurie's always lost. She's always lost. Laurie's like, I'm lost. She's like, Laurie's like, wait a minute. I thought we were talking about
really quickly though. Corn's mom, what do you mean? Did you hear George? Because did I miss something? Okay, we have a ghost. There's a ghost here. I think I talked about it the only live I did recently. What's up, Black Hat? I talked about it. I think it was around Halloween or something. I did like a live. No, it was on my birthday. It's on my birthday.
Birthday live.
And we have a ghost. I don't know why we named him George. I have no idea.
George the ghost.
George can be a little annoying sometimes. Sometimes he doesn't bother anybody, but sometimes he just does random crap. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Stop it.
Yeah, Laurie's got a pirate that lives in her house. It's a pirate ghost.
Wait a minute. You have a ghost too, Laurie? A pirate ghost.
Oh, it's Poot. I thought it was Poop.
I thought it was Poot.
I thought it was Poop.
I'm like, who is pooping while they're online? What? Although I would not put it past you, Black Hat. No, I'm not pulling your finger.
Nobody's pulling anybody's finger. We don't have smell-o-vision though, so I'm happy to pull your finger.
Go ahead and pull his finger and go for it. I mean, it's whoever is in the room with him has to deal with it.
Yeah, they're going to have to deal with it. They're totally going to Oh my God.
I have so missed going live with you. Like, this is.
I know.
Fun when it's two of us together because, I could sit up here and just yammer on and on, but y'all be like, shut up.
They're like,
what is that?
Pull my finger.
Oh, once I got it bigger up there, I can see it. Y'all, excuse me. I swear, I am.
Pull the finger.
So I can only plug in 2 things to my laptop. I have my light, which by the way does not put out very much light, and my microphone, and that's it. I don't have any more USB ports. I bet there's a way that I can make you USB ports. What do you think? Like you can get like a little extension?
Probably like a splitter.
Because it doesn't have an SD card reader either, and that's how when I take pictures, I put them all on SD card because my camera. That's what
I would think that you'd be able to do that. I'm sure there'd be a splitter. Like I'm sure that they've got something that you could plug in and then plug in 2 devices at the same time.
I would imagine. Okay, how many of y'all watched the first episode of 1,000 Pound Sisters?
I missed the first 15 minutes, but I did watch it, and I am just, so one of the things that we were talking about behind the scenes, you like my balls, Corns, Mom?
She's got balls. I fixed it. Did you notice that?
What?
Well, you wouldn't notice, but I would. I'm pointing this way. But usually, remember how we used to do
that?
And you can mirror your image now. You can flip it.
No, I'm pointing back.
So that when I'm playing with the right side of my hair, I'm actually playing with the right side of my hair.
Oh, okay. Right? I'm reversed. I'm still reversed.
Okay, you're still reversed.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Everybody missed it. Well, that's okay if y'all missed it because I am going to wait. No spoilers. Seriously,
spoilers,
girl. There's really not any spoilers.
I need to leave. I can't. I need to leave. I gotta leave because she doesn't want any spoilers.
SOB, I was 3 minutes behind. Wait, well, we were like 10 minutes behind, so I can't.
Oh, yeah, we were like chatting away, talking about all this, and
we're just like, man, we're talking to everybody in the chat. We're just
nobody's even responding. That's weird.
And I'm all, oops, I gotta hit that button.
gotta hit the button twice. You thought you accidentally went live, but you really didn't.
Yeah, I do. You know one thing I do like about this computer? It's touch screen, and I did that on purpose because I hate using them. I have never watched them, but I know all about them. Okay. Well,
all right. Well,
you know thank you for the support, Corn's mom, because you're going to come in and like, look at you. You're so sweet.
Now you don't have to watch them. You can just watch us.
She's so sweet. She does. She shows up for all my lives. She's adorable. I adore her.
You can just watch us, and then you don't have to watch it. That's my thing with Sister Wives. I watch Katie Joy. I don't watch Sister Wives anymore. I'm like, I don't even want to give that Cody Brown.
I feel like I was subscribed to Katie Joy, but I don't. She's YouTube, right?
Yeah, she's on YouTube. She's got like 380,000 followers now.
Is she still something about the crystal ball?
Yeah, without a crystal ball.
I don't know why I don't see her stuff, but I don't see it.
Yeah. I watched. I only watch. There's a couple of like Reality Squad and stuff like that I'll watch for Sister Wives. I can't get past Cody and Robin, so I'm like, I'll get all of my information from.
Ever. I cannot stomach him. I can't even look at him.
Right. No, I can't. I can't.
I don't mean to be like mean like that, but I can't. There's something about him that gives me the creeps.
No.
And when you feel that way about somebody, don't.
Yeah. No, I don't.
All right, so we are going to share. I'm going to share some screenshots here because you said you missed the first 15 minutes.
I did miss the first 15 minutes, but it was funny because I did want to like. What we were saying earlier behind the scenes is that I feel like that the roles have now reversed between Amy and Tammy. And I really think that Amy is now going to kind of be the bad guy.
Well, I think Tammy is emerging as like we're both saying, the stronger person.
Right.
Amy is not. I don't know if you've noticed, but I mean, Amy used to be like the stronger one that could keep it together, never really cried much.
Right.
Man, she's losing it all the time now. And it's like, I think you're right, though. I think we're going to see a role reversal.
I think we're going to see a role reversal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Totally.
I can already kind of see it.
Yep.
I can already see it.
Yeah.
I was so excited, though. Okay, so This excited me. Now y'all look at her there, and there's one picture that I took a picture of where they compare her like from when she was at her heaviest, which by the way, I don't know if y'all heard her say, but it was 717 pounds or something like that. It was very close.
Over 700 when she went into the facility the first time. Yeah. She was over 700 pounds.
Over 700 pounds. I mean, that blows my mind. It literally blows my mind. Yep. Because I know Patricia, she is looking amazing. Like, I can't with these newest pictures. Wow, she's looking great.
I'm gonna this is where I think that at the end of the weight loss journey for Amy and Tammy, I think that Tammy is going to lose more weight than Amy.
I think so too. I absolutely
think that she's going to lose. She's going to end up being the small. And now you heard that now the other two sisters are now getting weight loss surgery.
Right. They all are. The whole family.
She's the oldest sister is getting the revision because she already had the gastric sleeve, and now she's going to get a bypass.
Right.
And or no, I'm sorry. The oldest is going to have surgery, and then God, what is her name?
Misty, right?
Misty is getting a revision, so she's going from the sleeve to.
No, wait a minute. No, you're thinking of Amanda. Amanda had the sleeve, and now she's going to get gastric bypass.
Yes, and now she's going back to have gastric bypass.
Yeah, and if I recall, Misty said that the primary reason she's getting it is because of the diabetes. She doesn't want to be diabetic, which it's no guarantee that she won't still be diabetic, but maybe her chances are better that way.
Yeah. So they say that with the surgery, if you're diabetic, when you have the surgery, you will not have diabetes, but if you are genetically inclined to have it, that it will most likely come back after a year or two. So there is always still the possibility that it will come back. Yeah.
This is the woman that is with experience. She knows.
I do.
How long has it been now since you had your surgery?
A year. July was a year. So a year and 4 months.
Time is flying, man.
It has totally flown. Totally flown.
I tell y'all from pictures I've seen of Raquel, she looks amazing.
Oh, thank you.
She looks so good. I'm so proud of you. In case I haven't told you, I'm super proud.
Yeah. It has been. I will tell you that for me, it went very smooth. It was not really that hard. I mean, obviously in the very beginning, it was mourning the food is more or less what I called it. I'm never going to be able to eat again. And here, like it is, I probably was like about 9 months out and I was like, oh, so like life is normal. I just can't eat as much. So, it was definitely.
What's weird is I don't eat hardly at all. I think I don't know if my issue is because you're supposed to eat a certain amount of meals per day.
Yeah, you're supposed to keep up.
I think my body goes into like a little bit of a starvation mode because it thinks I'm not going to feed it.
Yeah,
like you need to eat more than once a day. I'm pretty sure that's what the problem is.
Yes.
Yes, you do. So
yes, Corn's mom. Yeah. So Amy
says yes, you do.
Yeah. So Amy and Tammy, yes, they have two other sisters. One of the sisters had actually had the gastric sleeve years ago, lost a lot of weight. And then, it's the whole thing is that just because you have the surgery, that doesn't mean that you're going to keep your weight off. Right. And I can tell you, I mean, I've maintained my weight now for a good 7 or 8 months. But what ends up happening is just because your stomach is smaller, that just means that you can't eat as much during one meal when you sit down and you eat. But what starts to happen is, especially if you're a stress eater, you start to graze. So you can go and have a meal and maybe you eat a small plate, and then an hour later, if you're back in the kitchen, and then you decide to have a couple of potato chips, and then an hour later, you go and you have, a piece of chocolate or a couple pieces of chocolate, and then you have another meal. You can very easily put the weight back on, because at that point you were
Don't
just
you slowly start to kind of stretch your
constantly
stomach
eating.
back out?
They don't really say that's
Or,
kind of like
or is it because you're eating small amounts several times a day?
it's just because it's because you're eating all day. I mean,
okay, gotcha.
and they also have something that's called slider foods, and that's where I think where Amy has gotten into trouble, is that so they tell you eat protein, because protein takes up a lot of space in your stomach, and it takes a long time for your body to digest protein. So eat your protein first. Have so it's like the 1-1. It's the 2-1-1 rule. Have 2 bites of protein, have a bite of vegetables, then have a bite of starch, because you still need to have carbohydrates. It's not like you're not supposed to go on like an Atkins diet or something. Well, there are foods that are called slider foods, which means that you can eat a whole bag of chips. It's greasy. When you chew it, it breaks down in your mouth before it gets into your stomach. Your stomach doesn't really digest it. It just kind of slides out of your stomach. So like for me, I don't know if do you know where those Poppins are? It's like it's like a chip, but it's like a puff type thing.
Right.
The first time that I had those, normally if I have something, I'll have a handful of it, and then I start to feel full, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. I can have some later. The first time I got that, I went through a half a bag of it and could not believe that I actually ate a half a bag. And I was like, oh, I found my slider food. I can actually eat a lot of this. And so I was like, and so now if I have them, I'll get like a bowl and I'll put them in a bowl, because I have to remind myself, you will eat the entire bag, because it's the mindless eating. And that's the other thing, is that where I feel like Amy, with having the kids, I don't know about you, but when my kids were little, if there were leftover French fries, I'd eat their leftover French fries. If they had a chicken nugget or something that, 2 or 3 nuggets left over, I would eat it. Instead of throwing it out, I would just eat it. So I was sort of like their leftovers. I'd eat all of their leftovers if they didn't finish it. Well, if Amy isn't eating and then she feeds her kids and then they've got leftovers and she's eating those leftovers, that's probably not, and then she's snacking because the kids are having a snack, or I can see where, don't get me wrong, she's lost a lot of weight, and I do even feel like she's lost weight from the last season.
I think she has too.
She's definitely lost weight. I think that maybe what has happened is that, like Dr. Smith has said, you got to go with your cues. Stop. You got to eat. Like you got to think about. Don't do the mindful eating. So, plus, I'm going to tell you too, her and Michael splitting up probably put her back on the weight loss track.
Oh, I would imagine. I remember when I got divorced, I lost so much weight. I was wearing a size 3 jeans, and I had to wear a belt because they were falling off of me.
Yep, it's the split up diet.
Yep. I lost a lot of weight. So to answer your question, Corn's mom, so Tammy isn't living with Amy. She is living in, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, Raquel, but it looked to me like she's living in a home that either Amanda or Misty used to have. I think Amanda used to have.
It's Amanda's old house.
Yeah, so it's one of her sisters, Corn's mom. It's one of her sister's houses. And she's living there, but Amy is expected to still kind of look out for her, which I'm kind of like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet, Patricia? I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Too much. I hope we're not. I really do. But it is, really, the spoilers aren't exactly spoilers, Now this, of course, they're talking about where, okay, so y'all know that the way that the last season ended is she was still in the rehabilitation center in Ohio. Was it Ohio? she had just gotten married to Caleb.
Yeah, Caleb.
And oh my God, you missed the first 15 minutes. The first 15 minutes shows to me to be like, and you might have even seen some of that, what you watched. To me seemed to be like a lot of their like relationship, which it was actually kind of cute. I don't know how to explain it. To me, I thought it was kind of cute. They really seemed to care about each other a lot. So
you have to figure that they got to bond over their struggle. It's an addiction, right? I mean, when you get to that weight, that's addiction. Exactly. And so it's just like if they were for drugs or for alcohol, they bonded over, their addiction. And yeah, I did get to see like when they were talking and when Chris was going to pick them up and everything. And it was, it was sad because I can't imagine.
It had me crying. I'm like, come on. I don't cry at shows, but I cried at that one. So here's where she's talking about she's going to get to leave rehab.
Yeah.
And she's super happy about it. But he's not going to be able to leave because they can't take out his trach. So he's got to stay. He's got to go. And it's kind of sad. It's really sad because when they did their goodbyes, I'm like, oh my God, why am I crying over this?
Well, because you knew it was a final goodbye.
I did. That's why. I think that's exactly why. Yeah. Because any of you in here, either watching now or watching later, that knows what happened there. I mean, that's so sad. It's so sad. Yes, we do. We do know the outcome of his life, or should I say, the end of it.
Right.
And I think that's what makes it so terribly sad to see.
Right.
Terribly sad. This is the two sisters who are indeed talking about getting their surgeries and revision of surgery.
Yeah.
That is Amanda on the left and Misty on the right. And yeah, you can see that Amanda has, she's top heavy though.
She is very top heavy.
She's not ever going to be a small person. She's very top heavy.
Well, she needs to get a breast reduction. Girl, get a breast reduction. It will be
got a whole lot of boobage going on there. Like a lot of boobage.
Right. I suspect, you know how it was the Mama June not to hot? I have a feeling that after all of these girls get their weight loss surgery, the next spinoff is going to be all of them going through plastic surgery and
oh, you think so?
Their new bodies.
No, you know what? You're probably not far off at all. You're probably spot on with that. I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Really, Cal?
I bet you that
this guy.
Chris.
Okay, I love him. Now they're talking about they're going to take her to her own personal redneck castle.
The redneck castle.
Going to take her from rehab over to the house that Amanda lived in. She's going to live there now. And I gotta admit, like, it was really, really nice that they did that for her, giving her a place to come back to. Because remember where she lived got broke into. They took all of her things, almost everything. They even took like the kitchen sink, which is crazy. Which
it is crazy.
I don't understand.
But you know what? This kind of goes back to what I was talking about on how I feel like there is going to be a big switch between Amy and Tammy, because Tammy's reaction to her house being broken into and all of her shit being taken, like everything being taken. Now that was a rental. They didn't own it. So she probably wasn't really that upset that somebody stole the landlord's sink. Do you know what I mean? But the fact that they went through all of her personal belongings and took everything, she handled it so well. It was kind of like very eye-opening to me, because I felt like I was just thinking that if I were her, if I were 700 pounds, had my weight loss surgery, I'm starting to lose weight, I'm starting to feel good, I would almost be relieved that I'm not going back into the same environment that I was in before.
Exactly. Because it's got all those bad memories.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to go back there.
I was so surprised that it wasn't the usual Tammy overreaction.
No, I mean, you know what? I'll take my thing off for this, even though my face is not shown yet. Hold on. I have to admit, I am completely shocked at the strides that she has taken, not only with her weight loss, but she's so different. Her attitude, she was nasty before. Like she would get so mean and hateful.
How can you not be angry when your life is spent sitting in a chair?
Well, yeah.
If you watch 600-Pound Life,
they're always so sad.
They're all nasty and mean, and they want their stuff, and it's because they're so unhappy because their life is spent sitting in a chair.
Yeah.
They're doing sitting in a chair.
It's very sad. It's very sad.
That's it.
I will say this though. Tammy, just in general, I've seen like we're talking about the change. It's mind blowing to me. Honestly, because I think people always said, "Oh, she's never going to change. She's always going to be this mean, heartless person." And I'm like, I don't know about that, but
right,
it's a very different Tammy.
It's a very different Tammy. It's a very different Tammy.
I like the change.
And
I think that. Do you think that she changed before she fell in love, or she changed a little bit after she fell in love with this Caleb?
I think it was before. I think that probably now in the past, I mean, Tammy's lost 100 pounds before, and then regained, then gained more. I think that the environment that she was in at that rehab center, and she was there with other people that were 700 pounds, they were all overweight. You gotta have to take a hard look at yourself, because you have to figure that every person that went into that rehab had that same mentality that she did, angry, right. And then, I kind of feel like she started to change, but then, I think, men have always
maybe her changing is what allowed her to fall in love.
Yeah, I was going to say, I do think that Caleb did play a big role in her, because I think that it was the first time that she ever really felt like, because let's be honest, Tammy's been chased by men for as long as she's been on YouTube.
I know, and it's very unusual. And
it's been all for the wrong reasons, and I think
because they have a thing for, first of all, the spotlight. Second of all, there are, and we've talked about this before, there are people who are known to be feeders.
Yes.
They like to be with large women and feed them. Yeah. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Why are you like that? Like, okay, I don't mind somebody feeding me occasionally, but I'd rather eat by myself and just eat my food, not have somebody sticking their nasty fingers in my mouth. Like, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do. I don't need to do that. Right. Yeah. No, I do think that Caleb did play a very big role, like to bring her out of her shell, and he was exactly the type of guy that she needed. Because he would take her shit.
Warm and kind and giving, and I feel like that sort of wore off on her some, made her think about the way that she's been handling, her family and talking to people and whatnot. I think it made her think twice about it.
Yeah, I do think that, I agree with you, and I think that what he brought to her was when she would be nasty, he would kind of put her in her place, but not the way that she's so used to the violent reaction, because her family is so
she's used to like this, like, you're gonna come at me, I'm gonna come back at you, like they fight. Yeah,
but they all are like that, all of them. If you've noticed, even
they're very mouthy.
Even Chris, even though he is probably the most, the more laid back out of all of them, but when he's got or Amanda, or no, Misty, I think is more like oh, come on, don't do that. But all of them go after each other. All right. Hello, Indie Crew.
Yes, I am back. And I do not have balls on, but she has balls on.
I got balls.
She got some balls.
I got some balls.
I don't know. I think that this is going to be a whole. I think y'all are going to. Okay, I think this season's going to do like this for us. I think we're going to have to go through a lot of ups and downs.
Yes.
But I will say this is going to be packed full. There's no like boring season this time around. I don't see that happen.
No.
I mean, and let me tell you, this guy, okay, I swear I'm not that far from freaking wherever where are they from? Where are they? Are they
hi.
No, they're not in Ohio. That's where that's where,
I'm sorry, that's where it's all
I'm not ready to drive up north. I think Missouri, Kentucky. Shoot. Okay, hold on.
Going to the Google. Going to the Google.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I got to get the Google. Let's see. Where does hold on, y'all. I'm not going to dox her, by the way. Okay. It says, where does she shop?
I'm looking at my husband and I'm like, are you watching us or are you watching what is
Get your butt on here, Angel.
I'm like, wait a second.
They didn't leave. Wait a minute. What about a Dixon? Where are they? Still doesn't answer my question. Kentucky.
Kentucky.
They were in Kentucky. That's what I thought. Yes, they're in Kentucky. So Kentucky's just north of me, man. I could just take a little trip up there.
Oh my God, we can road trip.
Mickey D's. I go say hi to Chris. Be like, yo, Chris.
Road trip.
Remember I did an interview with him. Like, he's really nice.
I do, yeah. I remember that.
He was super nice to me. He's not very I'm sorry. I love you, Chris, but he's not very tech savvy, okay? and that's okay because let's face it, he has a job and a family. He takes care of it. He ain't got time for all that. So and I'm sure that they have people, teams or whatever that help them maneuver. He needs one. I've offered to help him. I'm like, dude, I see your stories. They don't even, there's no story. I'll help you. We'll see. Maybe he'll take me up on it.
You're like, I can help. I can help you with that.
I'll help you with that because I have nothing but time on my hands some days. Well, very little these days.
Oh my God. She's not ignoring you. Indy's like, I think she's ignoring me. And I'm like, she's not. She just said hi to
you. The man is deaf, clearly.
I'm like, she just said, hey.
I'm talking. Hello? So essentially the beginning of it is showing like the relationship between Tammy and Caleb, which we all know how that ended. Okay, what kind of bothers me a little bit about that, and I'm gonna go a little bit different on this story, but I Googled before I got on here because I had heard rumors that she was going to file for a divorce from him.
Yes.
So I'm like, I just want to be sure before I say anything. I don't want to put facts out there that but it was a fact. It was a well-known fact. It had been stated that she was going to file for divorce, but she found out his health was declining and she decided not to. And I'm like, oh. So I don't know what happened there, and I have a feeling that this season is going to play out. They're going to show us. I'm pretty sure they're going to show us. So if y'all, I know Corn's mom doesn't watch the show. If you're wondering who Caleb is, boom, right there.
Yep, there's Caleb.
So she is getting ready to leave the facility at this point, and Chris and his wife, Brittany, is it Brittany? I think it's Brittany.
Yes, Brittany.
They came to pick her up. So this is where they're showing the two of them. She's like, and see, even look here, look what she says. Like, I'm happier, I'm smiling more, I'm laughing more. Do we think that's because she got married though, or do we think that's because she found herself? You know what I mean?
I think it's because she found herself. That's
what I think too. I think it might have very little to do with him, maybe some. But I think it has a lot more to do with she's like, wait, I can do this.
You know what? But see, I disagree with you a little bit there. I think the happier and the smiling and the laughing more is also because of him, because they did do maybe not just him. I think the environment. Right. It looks like she made some really good connections and friends there.
I know. I thought that was the cutest. Like that one woman when she was getting ready to leave, the one of the older ladies that's there, and she was like, I'm so proud of her. She goes, I look up to her. I hope someday I can be her. And I thought,
Yes, I saw that. Yep.
wow. I mean, look at she's inspiring people. I get it that, look, let's face it. Tammy got where she was by doing reckless and really dangerous things like overeating, obviously.
Right.
But that's not the way I want to look at this story. I want to look at it as look at her coming back from it, though.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
not only is she coming back from it, I think she's going to thrive like nobody has ever seen.
I'm telling you, she is going to be.
She's gonna kick ass. I really think she's going to kick butt.
Yep. She's going to end up being the one who is going to just be telling Amy, you need to live your life.
Exactly.
You need to get out there. You need to enjoy yourself. You need to, stop making this about your kids, and now obviously you've got your kids and everything, but I think that she's going to be, she's going to be the what Amy was saying to Tammy is going to be saying to Amy.
Exactly. This is, oh my gosh, this just breaks my heart.
I know.
Him saying the best thing that ever happened to him was meeting her. That is, wow. I mean, because y'all already know that the guy passed away. If you don't know, I know we alluded to that.
Right.
And we might not have actually said it, but he did pass away. And it was due to, they didn't really say exactly, but I assume he succumbed to obvious issues that you have that come from being overweight like that.
I am sure probably it was his heart. I mean, in all honesty.
It could have been his lung. It could have been his lungs too, because they have a lot of lung problems. What is this? Is this a picture? Oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Well, this was showing up as nothing but gray, and I'm like, what is that? Sorry, y'all. I'm still trying to get my footing here, but so this, this is before they actually because they kind of show that the show comes in kind of spurts. And you'll see like a little bit of Amy's life and a little bit of, Misty and Amanda, and you'll see a little bit of Chris. And so right here, they're actually showing this, they're showing Amy's situation with Mr. Wonderful there on the left. And that speaks volumes right there of their relationship. Like those kids really need to have some discipline. Damn. Oh my God. It drives me crazy. They need to have some discipline. I don't know if because she was, and I have seen this happen before, even maybe with some people that I know, that you want children so badly that once they get them, they're terrified to discipline them.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute. Because I was, believe it or not, I was actually told when my daughter was at St. Jude, they would say, hey, you still have to discipline. I'm like, that's not happening.
Right.
That's not about to happen.
You're like, no.
I'm not going to discipline my child fighting cancer. Like, come on, y'all have lost your minds. But in her case, that's not what's happening here. She just simply doesn't. Well, first of all, she doesn't have his support.
Right.
She has no support from him. We've seen that. We saw in the last season.
So now, but hold on. But now, thinking about what you just read, that she decided not to divorce him because he was having health issues. I'm wondering if maybe the reason why he wasn't so active, like, what they're talking about, like with the season, that is it possible that maybe he was having health issues, just didn't know he was having health issues? Men will wait until the point of where, like, my husband's gallbladder nearly exploded in order for him to go to the hospital. I mean, it's like, I'm fine, I'm good. I'm like,
well, but you have to recall though, because by the way, we switched, y'all. We were talking about Amy there, but now we're talking about Tammy. So the health issues. Remember though, she was unable to be around him physically. Mm-hmm. So whatever she was finding out was via phone or FaceTime or whatever.
Oh, gotcha.
So, I mean, it would have had to have been.
Right.
Because from my understanding, I don't think she ever was able to go back and visit him again.
Oh,
And
no,
I
I was
don't-
talking about Amy.
oh, wait, we're talking about Amy?
I was talking about Amy and Michael. So you were saying like, oh, he wasn't very, when we were just looking at the picture. I thought we were talking about like, you got to discipline.
No, I wasn't talking about his health as much as just their whole relationship. It's messy.
Right.
It's messy.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if maybe we're going to, hearing that she didn't leave him because he had health issues makes me now think that this season, when she's so angry at the fact that he's not very engaged with the kids, I'm wondering.
Did they say that about Michael?
Oh yeah, that was like that's like in one of the next, like that's supposed to be the season, is that, well, they even said it on this episode. Gage was running around like a mad child, like a crazy child. And Michael literally sat in a chair, and Amanda was like, and there he was, just sitting there like the lump, that because he never does anything.
I saw that.
And now I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, well, if she didn't leave him because he had health issues, well, we know that she left him because she's got a boyfriend.
Right.
But I'm wondering if maybe, it's one of those things of where maybe he really wasn't feeling good. Maybe he was actually having issues, but because he's a guy, he's not telling anybody.
He's depressed.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know. I don't know what I really can't. We talked about this offline. I mean, I really do think that his change is because it was him and Amy. They had Gage. It was the three of them, and now it is. Now it's they've got two kids. One kid extra that he wasn't really wanting. And now he's jealous. I think he's jealous of the kids. I mean, but now I'm thinking, now that you read something about him having health issues, I'm wondering if maybe he had health issues during that time and just wasn't telling anybody that shit was starting to hurt.
He could have.
He
very well could have.
I mean,
I
don't want to feel bad for him, but
look at this side by side. Look at this picture.
Yeah, and that like totally different.
Does that like blow your mind? Because
I can't wait until she has the skin removal around her neck.
I can't either, because it's bad.
Her face is going now, and I will also tell you too. So loose skin is, very common, especially when you're at that weight. Your skin, it does take. Your skin is kind of retracting at least a year to even like 2 years for it to start to get its elasticity back. So, but I'm looking at her neck and I'm like, I can't wait until that's got to be the first thing that she does. I bet you she goes in and
notice how like tiny her face is going to be?
I know. That's what I'm saying. Once she gets that.
Look like a little child.
I know. She's going to look like she's like, 22. She's going to look so young.
It's mind blowing. It blows my mind. I don't know. That side by side, I saw that and I was like,
yeah, that is just unbelievable. And did you notice like her forehead? It's gone down.
Yes.
I remember how everybody used to make comments about her forehead. Like, what's wrong with your forehead?
It's an unusual place to have like a large amount of like fat cells, like right here. That's unusual. I mean, you don't see that very often.
But think about really when you look at her face now and you see the weight that she's losing. When I saw her at her heaviest, I'm in my mind, I'm thinking, wow, she must be pretty big boned, like broad, Now I'm like, oh,
too, and she's very tiny.
You've got a tiny little
underneath all that weight, she's got a very tiny stature, and she's very short. I think she's only like 5 feet tall, maybe. She's very short.
So
I was thinking it was because she was hunched over, but that's not it. She's very, very short.
Yeah, she's really tiny.
Very short legs and whatnot.
Yep.
This is, let's see, what picture is this? This is of Chris. I laughed at this.
The family dinner just got cheaper.
And he goes, the family dinners just got cheaper.
The family dinners just got cheaper.
Well, they did. I mean, I actually liked that comment. I thought it was cute. Which one is this? My pictures got all twisted around. This is her leaving, y'all.
Oh,
These
yes.
are people in the background, and this is just the people that are in the facility. They had all the nurses, all the staff in the
Yep.
hallways, and it was mind blowing to me that I mean, not really mind blowing. I expected it because you think about it, they get close to these patients.
Yeah, they do. And it's a big deal. It's a big
And
deal when you're being released.
Tammy has come so far. I mean, from ground zero. I mean, like to where she is now. They
Mhm.
probably have got to witness that change where maybe she wasn't, cussing them out as much or throwing as
Mhm.
much at them. I don't know. She was in the first. She had to be in the
Oh,
beginning.
absolutely.
Because
Absolutely.
this broke my heart. I didn't like this.
Yeah. That's hard. That's hard. And I think back of, I wonder if she kind of knew deep down inside that she wouldn't see him again.
I feel like she did because like she's saying right there, literally saying, no, that's him. He's saying, I don't know when and I don't know how, but I'm getting there. He said that.
Yeah.
But I don't think he was ever fully committed to it as much as she was. Because if you'll recall, and I remember this very vividly, that she said people would go and get them food that they would ask for.
Uh-huh.
They were able to order delivery, which I'm kind of surprised.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rehabilitation center for people who are overweight who need to lose weight. Why are you letting them go out and get nasty fast food?
I don't know. That does not make any sense to me. I would think that it would be absolutely no deliveries. You can't have pizza. You can't have. Why would you? Now you've got to figure that a lot of these patients are in there with like insurance paying. So why would the insurance company be okay to keep somebody there that now really what they are is that they're getting around the clock care that they're maybe not receiving at home, but yet eating all the shit that they were eating at home? Like, why would that be okay? Like, I don't understand.
It's not okay, and it really literally, like, why? What's the purpose? It
Yeah.
helps nobody.
No.
It's like people delivering alcohol and drugs to a rehab center where that's what they're addicted to. Like, are you kidding me?
And
Hey,
they wouldn't let them do that.
here comes your dealer at the door.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They wouldn't allow that.
They wouldn't let them do that. That absolutely would not be happening.
Why they're allowing that there. That's not
Right.
That's not going to work.
That would not be happening.
I love this. Okay. So, in case y'all don't know what's happening in this picture, Tammy has, for as long as anybody can remember, and even, I guess, even Chris said this, when they put her in a car, she was not able, because she was so large, to fit in the seat, in the back seat. They would have to take the seats out and put her in the floorboard of the back of the van.
Yep.
Because she was that big. Here, she was able to help her. I mean, she had need a little help getting up, but she did get up in the seat, and she was able to sit in a regular seat and be able to look out. And you know what amazed me? You did get to see that part where he was talking about how she goes, oh my gosh, look, there's a pond there. And she goes, I didn't know that was there. And he goes, no, because you weren't able to see it. You were always down too far. She was never able to see anything really out the window except for the sky.
Yeah. Right.
I never knew that.
Yeah. Well, what if you were sitting on the floor of a car?
Exactly. And I never even, I never pictured or thought about it from her view. Good night, Patricia.
Good night, Patricia.
I never thought, wait a minute, what? Like, because I've never sat in the floorboard before, but it makes sense.
You've never had, you're like, I've never needed that.
Actually, I have when I was a child. I remember on the way to Nashville. We were going to Opryland one time. And those were before, the days of where you had to have your seatbelt on, you had to be, placed in the right position. I'm pretty sure because I was really small and really skinny, they stuck me in a floorboard one time. I'm like, well, this is not comfortable. That wasn't very fun. But yeah, I don't recall what I saw, but I can only imagine with her.
Right.
And here's Amy, and Amy is thinking, oh crap, I'm going to have to do everything for her again.
But
because that's what she thinks.
Right.
Well, that's why I'm with you. Is she though?
Right.
Well, but she has a point though, Raquel, because where she lives, she doesn't cook and clean for herself.
Well, yeah, but now she's home. She's definitely more mobile.
Right.
I can only imagine that if you go from 700 plus pounds and not being able to really just being able to get up to go to the bathroom or get up to go lay in a bed. And now you have the ability to get up and move around. You want to. Like, right. And I will also tell you, there is something about like the surgery.
There's part of Amy that doesn't realize that that's where Tammy is at in her life. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I think.
There's also this like kind of surge of energy that you get too, where it's like, oh, I could choose to sit here, but wait, I got a little bit of energy. No, I want to go and do this. No, I want to go and do the laundry. No, I want to go and do this because before I couldn't do it. Right. So I could probably see where I could see Tammy now going, oh my God, I have this whole new life. I can actually cook for myself. I can go and I can do my own laundry. I can do. Now, is she going to be walking around her house and like mopping floors and, any major cleaning? No, but guess what, Amy, y'all are making probably some decent money off of this show. Get her a cleaning lady.
Somebody.
Huh?
Hire somebody.
Yeah, I'm like, get her a cleaning lady.
Exactly. Yeah. They do make decent money off the show. They make it sound like they're so damn poor, and they're not. Come on.
No, look, obviously Amanda, who has not really been on past seasons, made enough money to be able to buy another house.
Exactly. Get out of her house and get a new one. And I think they're probably one of the higher paid. Now I can't say for sure. I would say they're probably one of the higher paid people as far as TLC goes.
Right.
That's my thought on it.
Right.
Because they bring in the people and the money and the views.
Yes.
And TLC, don't get me wrong, 90 Day does too. But this is what, their 5th season?
Oh, yeah.
90 Day people, a lot of times they're only on 1 season.
Right.
And maybe 2 at most.
Right.
But that 2nd season, they always get paid more. So we know these guys are getting paid well.
Oh, definitely.
Speaking of Amanda and Misty. Look
Look
at Amanda's face.
I know. She's so funny.
I kind of like her. She's sassy. She's always kind of got that look on her face, like,
she's always ready to throw hands.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't mess with her.
She's ready to throw hands all the time.
I wouldn't even get close to her face. I'd be like, she's going to mess me up.
Yeah. She's going to throw hands. That's what she wants to do.
She looks like she's ready to right there.
Yep. All the time.
This is where they're building the ramp for her to go up. Actually, they're putting I love how they put that little ribbon across there for her.
I know.
I thought that was sweet. And she did get up there. She got up there and she walked up it. And that was an accomplishment for her. It's a huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
She had a lot of huge accomplishments in one day. She left rehab.
Yeah.
She got up in a van, rode in a car like she hadn't been able to do in like God knows how many years.
Yeah.
Got up the ramp, which was a big fear of hers. Anybody who watches the show knows that's a big fear of hers.
Yeah, that's right.
And then, starting a whole new life. So, wow, that's a lot. That's a lot in one day.
Yeah, it is a lot.
And I love this guy. Look how he's worried about her. And he did stay right behind her the whole time she was trying to get up the ramp.
Yep.
He was right there.
Yep.
Let me tell you something. That's a big brother you want right there. Chris is a good guy.
Yep.
I really like him.
This
was a sight I was so happy to see. Look at these two.
I know. Back on the couch
again. I love it. I love it. We haven't seen this in a while.
Yeah. Back on the couch.
Back on the couch again, the two of them. Yep. And look, they're both significantly smaller.
Yeah.
Granted,
a lot smaller. Yeah.
Yeah. We know that at this point, Tammy's, still pretty large.
Right.
But man, those recent pictures blow my mind.
Yeah.
Like,
It
I
is.
will say that this girl is committed to this weight loss. She is right there for it.
Well, I'm sure that Dr. Smith has probably told her, like he did with Chris, um, Amy's weight loss hasn't been dramatic.
No.
It's been like she did you lose like a bunch of weight at the very beginning and then you start to slow.
Right.
Tammy's weight loss has been
Well,
dramatic.
she also got pregnant, though.
And then she also got pregnant twice, right?
Yeah, twice.
So you've got to figure for Tammy is probably staying extremely committed to the diet because she's got they will do skin removal on her, like where Chris is probably closer to like where Dr. Smith wants him to be. Like if you get under 250, we'll do skin removal.
Right.
Tammy had so much more weight to lose that they may do actually 2 or 3 skin removal surgeries on her. So, oh yeah, they'll do multiple skin removal. They won't, if you like, she's got a very big hanging. Yeah. Her stomach hangs very, very low. So they may tell her, hey, when you get to 400 pounds, we'll actually go ahead and we'll remove some of that hanging skin for you. But she's got to be continuing to lose weight in order for them to do that. Because they're like, the more weight you lose,
that makes sense. I didn't know they did multiple times though. I thought that you.
Oh yeah, they'll do it multiple times. They'll,
Oh, okay.
When you're that heavy and you lose weight that fast, and so they'll go in and they'll, like they wouldn't do it on her face at this point. They wouldn't do her arms at this point. But if you have a low hanging abdomen like she does, they will go and they'll actually do skin removal. And then once she gets down to like her goal weight, then they would do another surgery then where they would take, because it's going to be, it's hard. It's going to be hard for her to walk. You see how hard it is for her to walk. That's because her stomach hangs so low.
Well, yeah, I would imagine her legs are probably doing the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah, and sometimes they'll go in, especially if she had like lipomas and things like that. They'll go and they'll remove the lipomas when they get to a certain weight. And then, like I said, I suspect that at some point there will be from hot to not, or from not to hot with, Tammy. And then that's when they would go in and they would actually do like the big makeover. They would do the tummy tuck. They would do, because her boobs, you see her boobs are all the way down in her lap.
I was going to ask you where they are.
They're her hand, I believe.
I'm not being rude or laughing at her or anything like that. It's not like that. I'm just like, did she not have any, or did they really just drop that low?
They have dropped that low. Her boobs. Wow. Do you see where her hand is? I believe that is one of her boobs. That is her left
Bless
boob.
her heart. That has to be miserable, Could you imagine? That has to be miserable.
Yeah, it's very, the skin, the hanging skin when you've lost that much weight is so, a lot of weight loss patients will actually say, now granted, most people at this weight will qualify for skin removal. But when you get to a certain weight, then the insurance companies won't pay for it. And then you're out of pocket $15,000 to $25,000 unless you want to go to Mexico. And a lot of people will say, actually, I liked myself better heavier because I didn't have the hanging skin.
Exactly.
The hanging skin. So Tammy is going to need a complete like makeover. They call it the mommy makeover. They'll do the liposuction. It's a 360 cut that they do for skin removal. They do your thighs, they do your arms, they'll give her boobs, everything.
She's probably going to come out of this looking like a totally different person.
I would probably say 3 years from now, if she keeps this up, you probably won't even recognize her.
No, I don't think so either. Mod 143, you're right. I think that's going to be very painful. I remember when Mama June went through all that and they did the skin removal and stuff, and they showed, and she was in a lot of pain. Like a lot. What if you weigh too much? They won't pay for it. I suspect though, Mod 143, I think, and given her situation, hello, first of all, I think the show will pay for it.
Right.
But as far as insurance now, from what I understand, here, I'll turn off the picture while we talk. But from what I understand, oops, I'm not on, is that if you have a certain amount of skin that can cause like yeast issues or infections or whatever,
rashes,
insurance will cover that skin to be removed because it's causing you issues that are problematic.
Right.
So yeah, they will pay for it.
And some really good insurances will just pay for it. They'll just pay for skin removal. You don't even need to have issues with it. But you are right, Mod 143. There is it's not necessarily if you weigh too much. The insurance company will look at it. If they do base it on skin rashes and irritation and yeast infections and things like that, once you get to a certain point, your doctor can't really prove that you have any of those issues. And then that's when it turns into plastic surgery. The appendectomy that they do for most weight loss patients, you don't even get a belly button. It is literally removing excess skin. And you'll have a flat stomach, but no belly button, because the insurance company thinks that a belly button is cosmetic. You don't need a belly button if you want your skin removed. So there's a lot of patients that are like that, that have weight loss surgery. They get to a point and they're like, okay, I either save myself $25,000 and I don't have a belly button, or I pay $25,000. Or I'm sure that probably you could say to the surgeon, hey, I'll give you an extra $750 if you give me a belly button. I'll pay for the belly button out of pocket.
Or you could get a tattooed belly button.
You could get a tattooed. Ooh, that's it. Oh, there you go.
And they do 3D tattoos now. So I mean, well, who's to say? Who's gonna know?
Right. Who's to say?
Unless they try to like poke into like, well, who does that? Who does that to a grown woman? Right.
And
baby.
It's funny because after you've had weight loss surgery, you can actually I can be out, especially like in the summer. I would be able to point out every person who had weight loss surgery because
you can tell.
You can tell. You can tell unless you go and you get the plastic surgery like on your legs and stuff like that. Like I have like my knees, like if I could go and get like my thighs done and my knees done, I would be so happy. Angel's like, you're fine, but I'm like, I like everything to get sucked.
And even when your person says that they're fine with it, you want to be okay with it yourself.
Exactly. Right.
I get that.
Right. And I'm not, my surgeon had actually told me, okay, you're ready. You're ready for plastic surgery now if you want to get it.
Lori watched it.
I just watched it. If You're Beautiful. Oh, there's a Lori ran over to go watch it and came back so she could participate. That's so funny.
Love it. That's so cute.
Yeah, my doctor told me that, if you're ready, you're at a good weight, you're below where, I had initially wanted you to be, if you want to go have it. So now it's kind of like the going back and forth. Like, do you go through all of that, the trauma that it goes to your body, or do you just get to a point where you're like, I'm happy to just be in smaller jeans? I'm still at I'm happy to be in smaller jeans.
Well, I would take smaller jeans any day.
Yeah, I'm happy to be in smaller jeans. But, I will tell you, every month that goes by where I go, if I could just get this a little here and that a little there, and, and so we'll have to see. We'll have to see where I am, maybe March, January, maybe like.
I know where I'm at. I'm still stress eating. I need to stop it. Yeah. I can't help it, y'all. I'm stressed.
It's not easy. And yeah.
I'm so stressed. Like, I don't even know if I'm coming or going some days.
Right.
And that's the hardest part. I desperately wanted to at some point, like after Thanksgiving, start doing, like Atkins, because that's always kind of worked for me. But I just was like, no, I really need frozen custard and screw life, because you know what? It's short and I'm going to eat it.
I eat the frozen custard. I do.
I love frozen custard. It's my thing.
There's no Atkins stuff. There's none of that. I
don't think Atkins is going to work for me, because I've done it in the past and it has worked really well. Like, I've lost a lot of weight on it, but the minute you start like cheating here, a little here and a little there, I mean, it just snowballs. And next thing you know, that weight comes back on so fast, like boom, boom. But you can just literally see those pounds.
Yeah, because your body's like, oh, carbs.
Yeah, it's not a good. It's, just having common sense. Don't eat a lot of it. Eat healthier things, and that's basically what I'm doing at this point.
Yeah. If there's anything that I learned in my whole weight loss journey, was it really wasn't the foods that I was eating, because before surgery, I ate very healthy. Right. I never realized how much I was eating. Like, that's really what it came down to. Never realized how much I was eating. Now when I eat a meal and I look at it, I'm like, I'm just still, well over a year dumbfounded at,
that.
Especially when you go out to dinner. And this is like, this kind of plays into like Amy and Tammy. This is exactly what Chris was talking about, how things are, it's you're the shrinking woman next to you. I just start seeing when I see the Lori. You're so funny.
She is an incredible shrinking woman, isn't she, Lori?
I'm done shrinking. This is that I will not, I definitely have done I'm done shrinking. I don't think I'm going to get any smaller than I am right now.
Well, you've done great. So, I mean, you look fantastic.
Right. But this will, like Amy and Tammy, this is like what Chris was talking about. Like, we're definitely going to be cheaper eating. But the reality is like, when he was talking about when they were bringing Tammy home and how they're going to have to watch her, what she's eating, and the struggles when you go to a restaurant. Because, when you go to a restaurant, generally they're not letting you order off the kids menu.
Well, no, and they give you huge portions.
You get huge portions.
It's amazing to me, because they say when you go to Europe, like you get 5-course meals, but you get really small portions of each.
Right.
And America needs to learn a little bit more about that. It's things are good in moderation, but when you eat a big, massive bowl or plate full of food that that 2 or 3 people should be eating.
Yeah,
that's good. And see, I can't do that. I eat small amounts of food when I eat, but I only eat once or twice a day.
Yeah, that's so bad for you.
My body goes into starvation, but I need to stop that.
You gotta stop that. I was told every 3 hours, small meals every 3 hours, and small meals can be a cottage cheese, or taking like string cheese and wrapping it in some ham. I now can eat, I like the Hawaiian bread. So I'll get a Hawaiian bread. I'll get 2 little Hawaiian breads, and I'll make little mini ham sandwiches.
I did that around Thanksgiving. We had ham. My mom made this.
Yep.
Okay. She made ham, and I was like, okay, this woman's crazy. She poured beer over it and some other stuff, let it sit in the oven on a really low temperature all night. And I was smelling that, and I'm like, I don't know if that's going to be good. It was so good. It was tender. It was good.
Can you do me a favor? Can you send that to me?
It was literally a ham that was not spiral cut. It was just it was like a half a portion of of regular ham, and she just put it upside down in the oven. Poured beer over it, it had to. Obviously, you wouldn't put it on. You need to put it in something where it'll hold the beer. And covered it in foil and let it sit at a super low temperature all night, and it was amazing.
Okay, so you need to send that to me. So ask Mama Christmas for her beer ham recipe.
I was like, I've never heard of this before, Mom. Are you sure that this is going to be good? Because let's don't mess up the ham. She's like, oh, it's going to be really good. And she was not lying.
Yeah, okay, you need to send it because we have a Christmas Eve dinner here with friends and family. So I will make beer ham if you send that.
You need to do that. And you know what? I did those. I called them little sliders. Those little Hawaiian.
Yeah,
they're like little tiny rolls. They're very small.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, let's have a ham slider. So I was doing ham sliders with like honey mustard on them.
Yeah.
And they were like, huh, okay, that's actually pretty good. I'm like, I know stuff too. Okay. I know stuff.
Yeah. You're so funny.
What do we have here? Okay, this is
next.
Oh, this bothered me. Okay, this. I know what this is about. Okay, so for those of you who watch, I found this very bothersome. It kind of pissed me off actually. So the family, they get her home, and I didn't really take any screenshots of that just because they were like constantly yelling and screaming at each other. They get Tammy to the house, and this is supposed to be like a big celebration. I mean, let's face it, she has done the impossible in their eyes because we never thought this day would come.
None of us did.
And she's there, and she's thriving, and she's doing well, and she's losing all this weight. And it's supposed to be a celebration. The kids are there, and she's like, yay, get to see the kids who were being a bit of a handful. And they start yelling, arguing, going off on each other. And the whole time, and I couldn't believe it, though. Could you, Raquel? That she sat there and did not even say a word. She did not get involved in any of that, like, yelling stuff.
I think that I think so. I do not fault Amy for getting upset because if my sister, okay, it is one thing to kind of make fun of my eye off camera, and maybe they make fun of it all the time, and she's just used to it.
Right.
But to make fun of your eye on national television is a totally different level of like where I would have been. I would have been just as upset. I don't know if I would have like done the whole, you guys are always making fun of me, because you know what? They all make fun of each other. I mean, they just do.
That's their family dynamic. Anybody who knows them knows that they do that. That's not unusual.
Right. But
she might be overly sensitive because of what's going on in her family life and her marriage.
But how many times have you, I was thinking about this.
She has poked fun about her eyes.
She has poked fun. Tammy, after she has poked fun, Tammy may have kind of joked back with her. I have never heard anyone out of her family just make fun of her like they did, like how Amanda did tonight. Like it's usually she'll say something and then somebody will joke back but I really, yes, I know that she's going through a lot, but I really think that she was just horrified that her sister made that comment on national television while they were filming. That's where I kind of feel like that came from.
That could be it too.
Yeah,
I mean, she said something along the lines of she was looking at you with the good eye.
Right, exactly, right. And she was even looking at you with the good eye.
Oh man, come on, that's not cool. Like,
I was like, oh my God, I can't believe she made fun of me.
It's sad because it's a situation that Amy can't help it.
She can't help it. There's nothing she can do about it. There's nothing she can do about it. And I kind of agree. I do agree with Tammy. Like, I mean, you have to figure Tammy has now, for the last year, been in a very quiet, not too quiet, but a very structured environment where I'm assuming that there wasn't a ton of arguing and yelling and screaming and making fun of and everything else. This has got to be, she had to have been on overload. That's how I took it.
Probably so, yeah.
You came back And within probably, I don't know how long they were in there filming. Maybe they were in there for an hour. My guess is probably a half an hour, because knowing that family, and everybody breaks out into a fight.
Could have been much longer though. You know what I mean?
Right. I don't know. Yes, they could have been sitting there.
There could have been some more flippant comments made that we didn't actually hear that
Right.
led her to, have this meltdown, because it was clearly like,
right.
But
Lori's like, is it really surprising? I get, okay. So I think that if this happened within the first hour, then I'd be really pissed like Tammy. But if everybody's been there for 3 hours and then they got into a fight, then I kind of feel like Tammy, let it go. Like, your family can't sit in a room for that long before they start arguing.
Well, that's true, but I mean, it did seem like they kind of started going off pretty quickly there, unless that's just the way it was shown.
Right. Yeah, I'd like to know.
And I should agree with Tammy. She's been gone for quite some time in rehabilitation, and that should have been a celebration of her getting out and getting to go be in her own home and do her, take care of herself. Like, that's a big accomplishment. So yeah, I don't know. I kind of have to disagree with you on that one. I think Tammy was in the right by having an issue with the fact that they were all like, man, because they were going off on each other.
Oh God, they were going. I know.
Like, y'all need to stop.
Amanda's like, this ain't my first rodeo. She's going to throw hands. She's going to throw hands. Hands are going to be
going there. Whoop her ass. This ain't my first rodeo. Oh Lord.
I'm telling you, she's throwing hands. That girl's throwing hands.
I felt so bad. And then, of course, her little young'uns are running around, and here sits Michael.
Yep.
And that is Tammy, or that's Amanda saying that he's just sitting there looking like Boo Boo, I'm assuming the effing fool.
Yeah, the effing fool. Boo Boo, the effing fool.
And the kids are just running around like chickens with their head cuts off. And I'm like, wow, dude, like, I can't figure, are they portraying him that way? Or is he really just that? I mean, really? Do you think he's that bad?
But well, towards the end of last season, remember, that's where a lot of
the same thing.
It was the same thing. I mean, they were showing him. Remember, they were at like a family get together or cookout, and she was the one that was running all over the place, and Amanda was running all over the place with the kids, and the baby was crying, and he just sat there. He just sat there doing absolutely nothing, and and she went into the house and she had a breakdown because she was like, everything is falling on me, and he doesn't do anything, and so.
And I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember, like, when she gave birth to, is it Glenn? Is their youngest one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he get COVID or something like that and couldn't even be there? And she had to have a C-section, so she was by herself? Or did she have COVID? He had COVID.
It would have had to have been him, because if she had COVID,
she wouldn't have been able to be around the baby.
Yeah, and I think that even if she had, because remember, this is like post, she had him when stuff was starting to kind of loosen up and things like that. And it wasn't like only one person can be at the hospital. So my guess would be that if she had COVID and he wanted to go in with a mask, they would have allowed him in for the birth of his child if he had a mask. If he had COVID, he would not be allowed in the hospital.
Sure.
That's what I'm thinking.
I feel like wasn't he there for the birth though, but then he got sick?
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure that he was there when she gave birth, but then he started getting sick after that, and they went, oh, he tested positive.
Right.
Which, I mean, now it's not even, not to make light of COVID, but it's not that big of a deal,
right?
Really, like it was,
right?
Pretty sure I had it not that long ago, and it was just like a bad cold, and I just didn't feel good,
right?
But I mean, who knows? But I don't know. That's that. You are right, though. I did see, and now that looking back, that's kind of where it all began, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Baby number 2 came in, and it was like,
Michael was on his way out.
and Michael is now not the center, that's
He
their,
said, "Peace, I'm out."
yeah. Yeah.
Exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Sad.
It is sad. It's very sad.
And I don't know what this new guy is like that she's with. I have no idea, but more power to her, I guess.
I'm sure that guy is chasing fame, because
I would probably have to agree with that.
yeah,
100%.
yeah. The pictures that I've seen online, I was just like, oh, girl, come on, like, just, I didn't get a chance to look up to see, like, is he like a TikToker? Do you know what I mean? Because that's what Tammy would get sucked into, the TikTokers that would then, want to be with her and stuff like that. And so I didn't get a chance to look to see if he was like a TikToker, but I was like,
I haven't seen any pictures of any potential suitors with Tammy, so I'm glad to see that.
no.
And I hope she stays that way for a long time.
I agree with you. I really think that she loved Caleb, and I think that it is going to take her a while to kind of get over that.
I think so too.
I think it's probably hard for anyone, if you really love your spouse and they pass away. It's hard for you to not feel like, that's why some people that have been married for 30 or 40 years, when their spouse dies, the kids are like, go get a boyfriend, go get a girlfriend. And they're like, I just don't want to, because I loved your parent, and they would actually still feel like a little bit like they're cheating on them, even though they're gone.
Well, I don't know. Look at the Golden Bachelor. I mean, he found somebody. Yes, I watched it. I might be a little ashamed for saying it, but I watched it. I was like, oh, even had hearing aids. I'm like, well, this is interesting.
See, now I would think that would be something that Mama Christmas would be watching, and then she would be like, Susie, come and watch The Golden Bachelor with me. And then you'd be like, okay, Mom, I'll come sit here. Not by choice. I feel like that was definitely targeting like the 70 or older crowd.
Well, but see, Mom doesn't really understand how the Bachelor and Bachelorette works. Mm-hmm. So I don't think the Golden Bachelor would have been her type of thing. Right. My Mama Christmas, likes Westerns and CNN, and don't get me started on that one. Mm-hmm. And David Muir. Oh, and Andy Griffith.
Yeah, she
sounds Golden Girls. Golden Girls, I can watch all day and night.
Oh, I love Golden Girls.
With.
I do love the Golden Girls.
And I can watch David Muir because I like him. Mm-hmm. But CNN, I'm like, man, I want to shoot that TV right now.
I watch CNN.
No. I can't be friends anymore.
I wake up every morning and I turn CNN on. I have to say that I'm probably one of the only open Republicans that watch CNN. I watch CNN.
Why?
I can't watch Fox.
The same thing over and over and over. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah, no. So what I do, yeah. So just to get off subject really quick, I watched like religiously through the Israel Hamas kind of, because quite honestly, I felt like CNN was more wasn't really taking a side. Like I feel like CNN, other than politics, when they're
hard. That's something that see, I'm one of these people that regardless of politics or whatever news network it might be, I'm one of those that like I like to hear the stuff I like to hear about. Like Savannah Chrisley went on to what was it? It might have been what's his name? Chris Cuomo yesterday.
Right.
And she is calling out those prisons left and right. Oh my God. I don't know if she's going to make a bigger mess for her family or if they're going to start going like, look, we need to get rid of these people out of here because they're going to cause all these problems. They're
Right.
telling about the bugs and the snakes and the this and the that. I don't know. But that's the kind of crap I want to hear about. I
You
don't
would
want
hear
to hear,
about that stuff.
I can't listen to all the stuff that's going on right now. I can't do it. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
I
No.
know it's there. My heart goes out to everybody involved. I just
Yeah.
cannot listen to it. It hurts me. I can't hear it.
Yeah. I was almost 24/7. I mean, I was losing a lot of sleep because I would have it while I was working. It would be on the TV in the background. I have a lot of very close Jewish friends. Not only that, but my old boss was actually in Israel when this happened.
Oh,
He was over there visiting family for the holiday. So I was on there and I was responding back and forth, just seeing how, everything was going. And
right.
to me now now because they're more focusing now on politics and everything else.
Yeah.
Now I'm not so invested in watching CNN because now I'm like, okay, I already I don't want to say that my mind is made up. I know who I will not be voting for. Is the best way to put it.
I'm pretty sure that a lot of people know who they're not going to be.
Yeah, right. So I know who I'm not going to be voting for.
Me too.
Yeah. So
No way.
I mean, I don't know. I know that you don't want to make this a political show. So, but
It happens. It's part of it. I mean, look at where we're at now.
right.
We only got another year left before we
Right.
voting again.
Right. I'm looking forward to the Republican primaries. You already know where my position is with the Republicans, and so unfortunately, where I live, it's a very much Democratic state. I also
I
actually
knew that. You know what surprised me though was to see that South Carolina was Democrat.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of
I was a little shocked by that. I don't know why. I don't know if it was because I see South Carolina as, Southerners,
Mhm.
and most Southern states tend to be red states.
that is because South Carolina has a lot of Northerners that moved to South Carolina. That's the same thing with Georgia. I think that you're going to start to see like Georgia is going to start changing a little bit too, because there are a lot of Northerners that are moving now to Georgia, South Carolina, a little bit with North Carolina, not so much. I mean, that's the reason why I said, because you're
I didn't know that. I never knew that. When I found that out, I'm like, that's strange.
Yeah, there's a lot of us Northerners that get to a point where.
But then again, there are Republicans in New York, and I found that out. I'm like, okay, wait, what is happening right now?
There's a lot of it is a lot of right outside of the city. New York is a lot of, it's mainly Republican outside of the city. It's the boroughs. I mean, so when you got to figure, when you look at Buffalo and then you look at New York City, when you look at the number of voters, it's just
right.
However the vote goes in New York City is generally what the electoral vote is going to go, because
it's so big. It's so popular.
It's so big and it's so popular. And you do have a pretty good mix, but I think, you and I had talked about this before where, when you live in New York, and you really see how Wall Street runs and things like that, there is not a lot of us that would be like, absolutely an investment CEO should be the president. We're all like, oh my God, you guys have no idea how horrible these investment CEOs are. They're like,
I can only imagine.
I mean, the investment firm that I worked for, it is just absolutely amazing how, and I worked for an investment firm that was very, very much involved in 9/11. And you would have thought that it would have really changed the culture of the firm, and it made it worse. And it's sad. So it's a special kind of summer.
We're in for a big old
Mhm.
bumpy ride.
Oh, yes, we are. Yeah, we do. We definitely are. All right, so let's back to that. Sorry. We
Oh
always
no, it's good. I was kind of done with that little whole like episode anyway, but I don't know about you, but I'm a little freaked out about how this season's gonna go. I think we're gonna see a lot of stuff that we're just gonna go, whoa, did that really just happen? Did that happen?
Yeah,
can feel it.
I agree with you. So one of the things though that I'm a little bit worried about, because I do watch, some of the bigger platforms that that cover the TL shows. Listening to the things that they talk about, like the TLC contracts and what they require after you've been on, like Sister Wives is a good example. Like
Right.
there are so many things that are expected from now the actors, because Sister Wives, I feel like we're finally now at a point where the wives are now being honest, except for Robin. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, now they're like, I'm just going to put all the shit out. I don't care.
And you know what's funny is that I don't even watch that show, but I can see from like social media and stuff like that what's going on a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's horrible.
And good for those girls that got away.
And it's sad to think of all of the women that are in those situations that didn't have TV shows that allowed them to kind of be able to make their own way out of polygamy.
Right. Profit off of. They weren't making money.
Right. I mean, they all wouldn't have left if they didn't have a show. They would all still be there and they would be miserable. And, I've gone down sort of like some of the polygamy rabbit holes.
I
don't like that stuff. I hear something and I go, is that true? Let me go do some digging. Oh no, shit, that is true. I was like, oh my God.
Did you get on the Google? Were you on the Google?
I was on the Google. I was down the rabbit hole of the Google. The Google took me places I can never come back from.
It's funny because anytime we need to know something, Mom will be like, go look that up on your phone over there. I know it tells you everything. I'm like, Mom,
gotta go to the Google.
Your phone has Google too, right?
Gotta go to the Google. Gotta go to the Google. Every phone's got Google. Gotta go to the Google. Yeah. I'm worried because I've always felt like 1,000 Pound Sisters, because of where they came from, right? They're very grassroots. Now we know Kentucky. They've always seemed extremely authentic. Like I can't see any of them, if TLC said, go over there and start a fight, I feel like they would be like, we fight all the time. I don't need to start a fight with them because we
just follow us around. You're going to catch a fight.
Right. We're just going to be in the same room. We're going to start fighting. I'm just a little worried because it seems like this season is starting out with drama. And it seems like the previews that we've had has a lot of drama that's coming up. And I'm really just hoping that we're not now seeing a turn with 1,000 Pound Sisters where this is going to be more manufactured drama. Because people like watching them just being them.
Right. Well, people were watching them on YouTube long before
just being them. Just being them.
They were, seeing how many marshmallows they get stuff in their mouth and whatnot and drink their sodas. And, that's what they're known for, is being goofy together.
Yeah.
So I kind of hope they go back to, like you said, the grassroots. I kind of hope they go back to that a little bit. But it's looking like, well, they're evolving though, with the weight loss and the life changes and the children, and life changes. It does that as you get older. I can relate.
I know. It definitely does.
But I'm like you. I don't want anything scripted.
Yeah.
Show us what you got.
Right. And I'm just worried that they're now falling into the TLC. We need the ratings. You're going to need to kind of like, there needs to be a little bit more drama. We need to, and I really hope. I mean, it was nice watching the weight loss journey the weight loss struggle. I think that a lot of people were able to relate to them because
I think we're still going to see a lot of that, though. She's got a long way to go at this point.
She does have a long way to go, and Amy still does. But I'm hoping that we're not going to start focusing on family drama or manufactured family drama.
Oh, there's going to be family drama.
Oh, there's always definitely going
to be family drama. Think about it. I mean, what kind of family really in this world doesn't have drama?
Yeah, that's true. But I got to tell you, I mean, I watched, like, my husband and I do not fight the way that any of these reality couples fight. No.
Yeah, they're pretty harsh.
Yeah.
They're harsh.
Well, you also have to have a certain personality to even want to be able to do reality show.
That's true.
Yeah, so
I couldn't do it. I think it would drive me crazy.
No, I wouldn't want to have the cameras following me around at all.
First of all, I mean, yeah, that's it. The cameras, like, I'd be like, get away from me. Go, like, get away from me.
Listening to how the kids of the Brown family are so damaged by all of that. And then even when you look back to Kate, what is it? Oh my God.
No, Kate +8?
Not Kate +8. It was Kate and her husband +8.
Yeah, Kate and John and
John, yes.
+8, yeah.
Right. When you look at their kids and how, like, they're damaged from having the cameras following them around. And again, that was the beginning of TLC.
Yep.
Drama. We need your drama. We need this. And Kate falling in line of, okay, well, I gotta play the role. And, and John being like, I'm out because you're a crazy bitch. She's such a crazy bitch. I'm like,
but she was crazy to begin with, so I don't think TLC had to add anything other than let's just follow her around because
she was like, but she really, like, if you listen to any of the stories,
it's hard to believe that's how all this TLC mess got started. God, that seems like that wasn't that long ago, but it was years ago.
Yep, Kate and John +8. That was like the first. And then they had
kids now. Are they like in their 20s or?
Yeah, the kids are. Yeah, they're like in college. 2 live with John. The rest still are with mom. They really don't have, like, Kate does. Like, now I think she's in North Carolina. She ended up having to sell her house, and she's been pouring herself out to try to get on a TV show for so long, and it's like
she did some sort of thing. That was a joke.
Yeah,
you remember that show?
Huh?
No, it was not good. The dating thing was not good.
Oh no, it wasn't good at all. It wasn't good at all. So
that was a joke,
right? But I don't remember. I think was it 12 and Counting? Did they come first before Kate and John?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's possible.
I'm gonna have to go to the Google on that later.
I never really could get into that show much.
Yeah, I didn't really watch it either.
They may have been first. I don't know.
Yeah, I know that
their kids are significantly older, so I'd say yes.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all, I don't know, in jail.
They're just like popping one out every year, man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, that's not normal. You need to stop.
So not normal. So not normal. So not normal.
No. Not even a little.
Right.
All right. Is today Friday?
Today is Friday. It is Friday.
Okay. Corn's mom is not here, and I know I just heard something that probably wasn't supposed to. What is that? I'm used to being like where it's out in the desert, where it's quiet, with the exception of like the coyotes occasionally and stuff like. It's always loud here. There's always racket and noise and bumping and thumping. I'm like,
you're in the city now. You're a city girl.
I don't care for it.
No, you're like, I don't like this city stuff. You're a
I
city
don't care
slicker.
about the noise. It's the bumping and thumping in this building. It kind of freaks me out a little bit.
It's George.
It drives me.
It's George.
I don't even know who it's coming from half the time. It might be George. George needs to stop.
George.
Chill out, George.
It's George. It was George.
I'm going to let you go finish. Ooh, what is it? Oh my gosh, it's almost 11 o'clock.
It is almost 11 o'clock.
Well, at least we're not 2 hours behind now.
Oh, I know. I know, we're not 2 hours behind. Yay! All right. Well, we'll have to do this again next week.
Absolutely. We
We'll have
gotta
to do it again.
Dude, something's freaking me out. What is that?
It's George.
No, it's
Either that or-
outside. Unless George went outside.
Yeah, George is outside. He's knocking on the window.
Like it's cold out there. Let's see what's the temperature. It's wait, what is the temperature? Oh, it's not even cold. It's 52. That's not cold.
We are 39.
Oh, see, your area is cold. It's not cold here. It hasn't been cold. Yesterday or the day before it was 65. I'm like,
Yeah.
I just bring the heat with me.
Everywhere you go. That's right. Then you need to come here. You definitely need to.
Where or when I travel, the heat just follows me.
I'm like, please come visit me then. Please come visit. I need new tires.
I don't like the heat. Like, come on.
Yeah, I need new tires on the truck. So I'm like, fingers crossed. Please don't let us have any snow or ice before. Just get me through until after Christmas, and then I promise I'll get you 4 brand new tires. I'm like, just get me through. Just get me through.
You got it. You got it. It'll happen.
It'll happen. Now I said that we're gonna get a snowstorm. So.
Oh no! Don't do that. Well, tell your fabulous family and everybody hello.
I will. I will tell them hello.
And I will see you again next week. And
I know.
I'm sure I'll talk to you before then.
Yes. Please give your mama a big hug and kiss for me.
I most certainly will do. And I'm sitting here looking going on. I forgot how to end the stream.
Oh my God. You have to hit 2 buttons.
I see it. No, I see it now.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Thanks, everybody. Bye. Have a good night.